Heat sector. Today, Bhagwan Sai Baba, womanhood. Woman has been extolled in ancient scripture as well as classical poetry in Graham Lakshmi, the goddess of prosperity in the home. She is Dharmapatni who accompanies the husband in fulfillment of the duties and rights of wedded life as a householder. The mother is the pillar of the house, of the society, the pillar of the home, of society, of nature, and so of humanity itself. Mothers must know the secret of mental peace, of inner silence, of spiritual courage, of content, which is the greatest wealth, and archemic discipline, which gives lasting joy. Alba does not mean lack of physical or mental strength. The wife can veritably make the home of her husband a temple, a school, council, chamber of hermitage. Maharanis watch the world of the inner apartment of the place through interest in the walls or enclosure. They can see, but they are safe from other eyes. This is the highest Three dharma as laid down in the Sastras. You should not be seen or talked about. You must be away from public age. You must be silent, invisible partner and inspires and teachers. Women are the mothers of the coming generation. They are teachers of that generation during the first years of life. The mother is the first five maths mother that in the Indian child encounter. Deha Mata, the mother that gives birth in this today. Go Mata, the cow that gives sustaining milk. Bo Mata, the land that grows crop which feed the body. Desha Mata, the native country, motherland that gives protection, care, love, rights, and chances to serve and elevate oneself to one's full height. Veda Mata, the heritage of spiritual treasure that reveals the aim and purpose of the human life and takes one step by step towards the goal of self realization. Women are the makers of the home, the nation, and the world. You are the mothers who shape the generation. So you must shine in your heart and the spiritual urge towards light and love, wisdom, and bliss. Instruct the woman of the village basic principles of the child health, child care, child training. When health fails, people become despondent and even desperate. When health prevails, validity pervades both mind and body with process of loving service. You can be home promoter of much joy. Do not consider any act of service as demanding. Modesty and the devotion to God are real jewels for womankind. The feminine is the foundation on which a peaceful and happy world is issued. When a woman are true, brave, kind, and compassionate, the world can have an era of peace and joy. Woman is not meant to surpass man, not to be trampled underfoot. She should stand as his equal, not merely to nurse him, but also as his companion in his joy and sorrow, his wife. People call woman weak. Do not believe having all these strong points in your favor. intelligence, discipline, spiritual capacity, consciousness of others' excellence, awareness of one's fault, eagerness to improve yourself. How can you be called weak? You are the leader. A woman has to maintain her house. She is only the housewife, but on her depends on the glory of whole country. That is why the way this is our motherland. It is in this spirit we refer to our country, Bharat Mata. We also find that women are given the first position when they are associated with their counterpart on Sita Rama, Lakshmi Narayana, Radha Krishna, Parvati Parameswara. Motherhood is the most precious gift of God. Mothers are makers of nations' future or misfortune for their shape, the sinews of its soul. These signers are tugged by the two lessons. They should teach fear of sin and fondness for virtue. As the mother, show the progress of the nation. As the mother, she sweetness of culture. India has many great women whose virtues and wisdoms extolled through the centuries. Sita, Savitri, Gargi, Anasuya, Damayanti are women who are installed in the heart of the millions of people who worship them. They draw inspiration from them when confronted with calamity and crisis. They were full of insured love towards all who suffered. They were ready to serve the poor and distressed. They were so steady in her faith in God that they put up with the direst misery in joyful submission to His will. Respect for women in sign of real culture. The center of every home must be the shrine room. The fragrance of flower and incense emanating from the must pervade the home and purify. The mother must set the example in holding out shrine as the heart of the household. She must enforce discipline over the children in personal cleanness, humility, and hospitality in good manner and act of service. Mothers of those days were women of a great piety and noble character. They participated the virtue and set an example to the children. Only from the wombs of such noble women were born sons of high character. Women are not weak at all in terms strength or ability. We have innumerable examples of the strength displayed women in the world, as against the three potencies attributed to women. Women against these potents attributed to women. Women are said to have 7 potents according to Gita. Can you call as weak Savitri who made the Lord of Death restored life to her husband? Can Anasuya who transformed divine trinity, Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva in 3 babies and played with them be called an Abla? Sumitra was the great lady, stopped the sun from rising because her husband was predestined to die the next morning. Could she be termed as Abala? She was Draupadi who went through the all ordeals her husband went through for 15 years, a weak woman. Can Sita who shared with Rama all hardships, life in the forest, achieved ultimate victory be called weak? Can Gagri, who could carry on the debate with the Raji Yogi, Janaka and the dauntless spirit be called weak woman? There are any number of heroic women in recorded history, though physically women may appear weak. In reality, they are full of strength as the embodiment of 3 guns. Women are endowed with expectational strength. Even in the spiritual field, women display their boundless capacity. If mother take care of the home on the right lines, they will be protecting the nation. Mother should foster in the children love for truth, righteous, and tell them stories about the lives of great men and women. In old time, elders used to tell the young children all about the nation, great heroes and saints. Where are such elders today? If women go out for jobs, who will take care of home? If husband and wife go to office, who will look after their children? Earning money may solve some problems. Truly speaking, working women do not enjoy much happiness. For Bharatiya woman, the first duty is to reform home and run it along the ideal lines. In his phenomenal world, whatever pleasure and satisfaction one may be derive elsewhere, if there is no joy at home, it becomes a variable. The home is heaven itself. It is the duty of woman to maintain it as such. Cultivate a sweeper temper and sweet speech, which is its natural consequence. Speak without anger or spite, without any artificial formality, straight from the heart. Then you will be spreading joy and love among all. The greatest beauty aid for women is virtue, Sila. Women have sattva guna in ample measure. They are by nature helpful, tender, compassionate, humble, and trustful. Next, they also have a good measure of tamo guna. They are timid, shy, and non-enterprising. It's good that women are such. They have been endowed with only small measures of Rajo Guna. This is the general truth. Thank you.